Mission pure, their promise sworn, steadfast till the end. Mysticians seek what lies untold, with spells of newfound lore. Lighting paths and opening gates to magic's very core. Raise the banner, let it fly, united we stand tall. A spirit bold and a courage bright, to answer echoes call. Adventure waits for nobody, so rally up the crew. Sailing towards our destiny, we know just what to do. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Raise the banner, let it fly, united we stand tall. A spirit bold and a courage bright, to answer echoes call. Adventure waits for nobody, so rally up the crew. Sailing towards our destiny, we know just what to do.
Unmuted. All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 16 of the Fated arc from season 5 of Lockstitch, everybody. So, there's a couple fun things. We have 2 new cards. We have one called It's Free Surreal Estate, and one called Main Character Energy. I won't worry about too much about them. But please, if you're excited about them, enjoy.
They've already got.
Holy hell, 2 people got the surreal estates already. I know that just says question mark for that. Don't worry about it. Talk to me, like message us. We'll talk to you. All right, everybody. So today is the sequel game of our last game, where our 4 players let us get into that. So I'll introduce our players, so we can talk about where they ended up. All right. So, introducing our players, we have Arthur, who is played by Will.
Hello.
We have Cass, who is played by Cowboy.
Howdy, howdy.
We have Maverick, a chill guy, who is played by Ez.
Just so chill.
So chill. And we have Vidra, a chill otter, played by Fee.
Ahoy, ahoy.
Alright, you all. Let me real quick recap. So while chasing down the mystery of who killed Joaquin, Arthur and Vidra have been running up against walls constantly. And most people will try to, that they interrogate, or not even interrogate, but ask, they will try to turn the conversation in certain directions, always away from that. Now, they have piles of files, if you will, of piles of files about all of the questions that you ask. Arthur, you have a very hard time remembering asking anybody these questions. Vidra, you also have holes in the questioning as well, but nowhere near as many as Arthur appears to have.
Hmm. I may have reviewed the footage, but I no longer have it because I lost my camera the last time.
So, along with the adventure that you all were on, trying to figure this out, you were tracking down Cottage Core, which was beef, Poe, carrots, and peas. Those four were out there. They had taken the Tears of Fate, and they had begun crafting them into a drug known as the Green Fairy. They exploded when Arthur subtly mentioned to Beef that he should hope that a meteor doesn't come down and hit him. At which point, a meteor immediately came down and hit him, blowing up all of the Tears of Fate that we had collected, as well as their illicit drugs, reducing all four of you to 1 HP, and the only way that you saw to survive was to jump in the rift that it left behind. Upon jumping in the rift, you all realized you were on the street of a town that you had never been to, with the exception of Arthur, who recognized it immediately as Cabot Cove. People were waving at you, and then a title screen appeared, and it just says, "Murder We Wrote."
All right.
Is there a cute little theme song going on too?
Oh, there's such a cute little theme song, and you definitely hear some typing. Like, you hear the "Murder We Wrote" being typed out.
Ah,
Like we're seeing like it's like an out of body experience. We're seeing like all these little like vignettes and clips of ourselves doing little things, and we're
Oh,
just like, did we do
absolutely.
that? What's going? Huh? When did that happen?
And we like it has like Arthur Fourtusks as B, who is an older lady in probably her mid to late 60s, graying hair, wearing a bunch of she wears a cardigan, like a chunky cable knit cardigan. She's oftentimes either typing or knitting, and yeah, so he's exactly like that.
Please introduce your characters.
Yes. So he recognizes both himself from the vignette and his companions as well.
Alright, so that is B, played by Arthur. Cassandra, what are you up to? Like, tell me about. Sorry. First, let me do this real fast. There you are.
Oh, wait.
So there's a little vignette that shows B sitting in her little cottage window. Was it cottage or cabin? Did we decide on, like, you said one of them over the other? It's a cottage. Like,
yep.
It's nice and neat. Like, you have tons of books around you, just you writing up. What are you writing?
Oh,
what are you working on?
A mystery novel.
Of course. Which one?
This one is gonna be D is for defenestrated.
shoved out of a window.
Yes.
Absolutely. And Cassandra. Let's like move you to here. Please introduce yourself.
This is Cass playing Cassandra. Cassandra is a Southern belle that was finally was able to strike it rich down south, and then was able to move up and kind of retire in Maine, but still has that nice bit of Southern in her. She very much enjoys charity events, and as you can see, the good old BB gun that definitely can't fit bullets in it.
Absolutely. And Mav, what? Where are you comfortable, Mav? I don't know if we've discussed this. What's your cozy little zone?
Yeah, we didn't have a chance to discuss this, but Mavis, she goes by Maeve, for short. She's very much she likes her cozy spot very much has like a quiet, subtle opulence to it. Um, Definitely a bit of the old money. She gets it from her late husband. Mavis, of course, Mavis Bergstein, originally used to live in New York, got it from her late husband, Levi Bergstein, and she converted. Um, but of course, now she's a widower. She's moved up to and retired in Cabot Cove. Still has that like thought of opulence, the sort of the call of Broadway. She's sort of a debutante turned widower and pretty nosy. A lot of high class taste. Very judgmental.
That sounds, that sounds like an old lady from Maine. Oh, let me get off of this one.
Yeah, sorry we didn't get a chance. I think we have a cozy spot for her, don't we?
What does it say for your? What did you pick for your cozy spot?
I'm sorry. Did you see my character sheet in the Discord?
Oh shit! I did
That
see
might
it.
give you a.
That is how I knew your name. And then you told me. That's right. That's right. Your cozy activity is birding.
We call it birding, but it's mostly I do it from my front room. You kind of separate the blinds. You get your binoculars out. We say we're looking at birds, but I really think we're mostly snooping on neighbors. But she actually is, a pretty knowledgeable birder.
Absolutely. And Rosa, how is
Yep.
your?
Hmm?
How's your day?
Very good. I've been working on crocheting a new cardigan, and out on my front porch, I have a very modest home, but I have this beautiful storm porch with a great rocking chair and beautiful pot or like hanging flower pots, and I take pride in making sure that my house looks nice from the outside, even if it's a wee bit cluttered on the inside.
When your token was so small like that, it made it look like they were like super frowning for some reason, and I was like, "Wow, I have made this character upset somehow."
They're just concentrating.
Not the character I thought was going to be mad at me either. Okay. Almost got it. Good. Now I can show everybody at their cozy spots. Maeve, I do have to let you know that this town's even the highest scale bar is a little bit of a letdown. Sure, people come and go regularly. It's a pretty full bar. They know you here.
It's got some touristy spots.
It does have some touristy spots, and that's gonna be important. There is first, we'll get right to the street. This is where you all are walking down the street. You looked in the reflection, saw the fact who you were, and in that moment, you had the two people at once situation. You know who you are, but you also can pull up any memory from these people's lives. Like, to you, these four are as real as Cass, as Maverick, as Arthur. Well, maybe not as Maverick. Maybe a little bit more real than Maverick. It's like as Arthur and as Vidra. All four of them, you have full memories. If you have grandkids, you can remember them. If you have nieces or nephews, you can remember them. If somebody is your friend, you remember them. But at the same time, you also know that you just all came through a rift and appeared here. It is a delightful early April day. Feels like spring is just about starting. In Cabot Cove, it's a little chilly. It's like, this close to the coast. But sometimes you see a mosquito once in a while because spring's a springin'.
Already having to get the mosquito netting out and the bug zappers.
I
put
carry a
up on the
little
porch.
fly swatter with me in my my sort of big old lady bag. Just for that.
You are all sitting by the dockside diner. And then if you look to your right, you will see the dockside. You will see the docks, water. I'll show you. It's just right there. But right now, we're here. So you guys can all use. We are playing Brindlewood Bay, everybody. Brindlewood Bay is a D6 system. They are looking for 10s and 11s for successes. They are looking for 12s for perfect successes. Any less than that, things go sideways. They are. You are all old women with, the physical facilities that are included. You are not. You're not adventurers right now. Like, you have a taste for the adventurous life, and you are all in a book club together, and these four are all
That's why the system doesn't allow for nat 13s, because there's not. I mean, there's adventure, but there's not like with a capital A.
Yeah, there's no capital A adventure.
There's hijinks. We might have a caper here and there, but not an adventure.
But yeah, I was like, how do you quit an adventure and go back to your home and have a cup of tea and a book at the end of it?
Exactly.
Of course.
We get into shenanigans,
Yeah.
So, real quick for everybody, if this is your first time playing or watching Brindlewood Bay, so all of the players, we are in the day. This is not even noon. I want to say this is 10 in the morning, everybody. Maybe a little earlier, but I think 10 is pretty good. You're all out and about. Maybe you're on your way to get your coffee if you guys meet up at the Dockside Diner. That's perfectly fine. Everybody has day moves. When you do something risky or face something you fear, name what you're afraid will happen. You tell me what you think will happen if you roll low. Then you roll the appropriate ability. Your abilities are, we have vitality, composure, reason, presence, and sensitivity. For everybody, vitality, how vital your character is. Composure, how well you can keep yourself from being scared or getting goaded into being angry. Reason, how logical you are. Presence works in two different ways. It can work as intimidation. It can also work as charming. In sensitivity, everybody starts with -1 sensitivity, is your connection to the weird, to the occult. Anytime we use the word occult in this one, we know that it means alchemy / rift travel anomaly situation. We are, and I will tell all of this to the players and people watching, we are inside a world that Arthur, currently B, made exist due to his faith in Jessica Fletcher. Like, this place did not exist until then. Also, it's pretty sliders on this one. So you all look at each other. You all know each other, both this version and the Echo version. You know immediately that Mav is Maverick. You know that Rosa is Vidra. You know that Cassandra is Cass, and you know that B is Arthur. Sorry. I was listing out how we do things, and then I got distracted. My bad. Give me 1 second. And then, so with that, on a 10, it happens as you intended. On a 7 to 9, I will tell you, you can tell me how it'll happen, but I will tell you what will make you vulnerable to something bad happening. On a 12 plus, you get to do exactly what you're after, and you get some extra benefit from it. So it's just a crit. On a night, moves are the same thing, but at night. And it gets way scarier. Like when you say what you want to do, the keeper will tell you how it is worse than you fear if you roll low. Like, it is always going to be worse at night. The cozy move, everybody, is when your character just wants to, when you have an intimate moment with another maven, while one of you is engaged in your cozy activity, you may each clear an appropriate condition. So if you get hurt or scared, you guys can just go to your cozy zone, go to a diner, go to a bar, go to your front porch, and just relax. Have a little scene, remove your condition. There are also some other things. Don't worry about, like Golden Crown Mystery. You all worry about that. Crew, that's not for you. Don't worry about it. Occult moves, you guys will see on the reference sheet here if everybody's looking at it at the same time. This is when you are engaging in something supernatural. Like, if it works, it rolls well. If you fail, shit goes bad real fast with occult moves. And meddling moves is when you want to study what's going on. You guys can make meddling moves whenever you want to. Just know, if you fail meddling moves, a clock starts ticking. And I will tell you right now, you all have 24 hours on that clock. And Theorize happens at the end of the game. We'll talk about it then. You want to get as many clues as you can. But yeah, you all not flop down, you all appear. You are in downtown Cabot Cove.
So, are we on an outdoor table or at an indoor one?
I don't think there's an outdoor table for the dockside diner. Like, you could go in. You all okay. Right outside.
All right, I'll go in. Let's discuss this over some coffee. You obviously have questions.
Tea, please.
So I lead them to a customary booth, one that I think Arthur has probably spent a lot of time here when he's asleep. So this is not his first time inhabiting this place. So he knows where his customary booth is. Kind of slides in.
Like, the bell rings as you enter. Miss Ames looks up, sees you four. It's just like, I'll be right over, dears.
Thanks, Miss Ames.
Once we get seated, my first question is actually going to be to Arthur. Okay. This is where I think it is, right? Yes. This is from you.
Yes.
Are you currently writing a book about our current mystery that we are actually trying to solve?
Not exactly. This is where I go when I'm trying to put everything together for a real life case. I don't write mystery novels about things that are actually happening, so I don't want to give away what I know.
But do you think that possibly B is writing this mystery and may be able to kind of lay out what they've already gotten? Do you have that information about Joaquin?
So this is where all I know are the holes, right? We still don't know the why. We've got a few leads on a prospective who, and I'm not sure who they're going to correspond with in this particular modality.
I think if I trying to figure out the what you would have access to knowledge-wise when comparing the real world to this world, that feels like a sensitivity roll to me.
All right. So I'm rolling what? 2d6?
2d6 minus 1, I believe.
Okie doke.
11, so it's still a 10. Sick.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Does everybody? I don't have my 3D dice on. That was on me. Nika saw it, stream saw it, everybody, but I didn't see it because I'm bad at DMing. Okay, but a 10 is a 6. Oh my god. Alright. I was supposed to have you tell me what the worst that could have happened was.
Oh. The worst that could have happened would have been if I went to find what I knew and discovered only absolute holes that were growing, and as the gaps of unknowledge grow, they may start to overtake the things that I thought I knew. Like my entire consciousness may erase itself eventually with enough of those.
Completely understand. You know this town, and like it strikes you that if you had something important that you're missing information wise, the one place you would go would be the library.
Awesome. I was going to ask if we could go to the library.
It's usually a good shout.
It's just like, and you hear it. Oh, sorry. I'll let you guys have more of a conversation before I get the NPCs involved in you.
Yeah, let's finish our coffee before we or tea, as the case may be.
Thank you.
Before we head to the library.
Are there any things that we're looking for in particular? Are there any avenues that people want to explore? Should we prepare before we go?
Let me ask you guys real fast. I was typing it up, but I'm going to ask it out loud. Do you all can know that the answer is in here somewhere? But also, you should probably... Oh, sorry. A radio falls onto the table in front of you. Like, it falls right through the building, like completely, and lands on the table. It leaves a very tiny hole in the roof. It looks like a Lockstitch metal. Sorry. As it hits the table and then turns into a walkie-talkie. A very 1980s style walkie-talkie. And you hear Akana's voice on the other side asking if you all can find a way out. They have to close the rift on that end.
How long do we have?
Akana's a stitchcraft, and Akana rolled really high on this. So Akana will be like, you have probably around 24 hours. And it's just like, you need to be out of there by then. If not, you might be lost in the in-between. It's like, don't worry, we'll be able to track you. But it's just like, you will be stuck there until we can get in there and get you out.
Got it. Does anyone have an alarm or a like alarm clock or a stopwatch or something where we can make sure that we're keeping track of that? Like what
So
time is like do we
I
have an idea of
think,
what time it is?
well, so there's probably a clock on the wall in the diner, right?
Oh, there definitely is.
I'm sure there's a
So
clock somewhere in the city or in the town, like on the street corner.
so we got the diner clock, and what time does it say? It's like 10 a.m.
Roll me a metal. This, and metal is meddling with it. This is how you get clues. Let me see, Arthur. Give me reason. So give me 2d12 and add 2d6 and add 2.
Okay. So that is 6 and 2, so that's an 8.
All right, with an 8, you see the fact that the clock is, the numbers themselves are hard to read.
We're in a
Oh.
dream.
It is like you see on the wall that it is one of those clocks that instead of like the number 12, it says 12 o'clock, but it's all spelled out. But it's all really jumbled up. When you look at it, you see the time, and then your brain can infer it. It's like, oh, the hand's marking that must say, and then you look at it again, and those are not words.
Okay.
Alrighty. So it's o'clock, guys. We've got until tomorrow.
Well, I suppose that's as good a lead as anything.
Yep, that's a start. So that gives
be a
us
better one.
we're on. I think we're on the clock then. So,
Library?
yeah, I guess we got to go to the library here then. Can't dilly-dally around too much. I asked for my coffee to go.
Oh, Miss Ames definitely comes around, and she's just like, all right, ladies, nice to see you, nice to see you. And she sets everybody's drinks down. She's got tea for Rosa, got coffee for B, Mav, and Cassandra. What is your normal poison? Like, if she were to bring you your regular.
It's a coffee black, 2 sugars.
It's I was gonna say it's a coffee, just black.
She sets them all down in front of everybody. It's just like, oh, to go? You all just got here. It's just like, let me tell you, you might want to stay put. There's a bit of a problem going on here.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Kind of-
who's this officer? Who's this officer of the law here?
Oh, you all would recognize that is Sheriff Floyd. Sorry, Sheriff Floyd Butterman. I'm gonna be honest with you all. He's a laughing stock. He is that.
No
kid,
kidding.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like Floyd is just like Floyd is currently talking to Larry, who is this guy. Now Larry has been unemployed for as long as any of you know, but he did come over and fix one of your like electrical problems, and sure, it started a little fire a couple weeks later. But was that Larry's fault?
Yes.
Probably. Hire an electrician.
Usually,
Larry is not OSHA certified.
one of us took pity on him and tried to give him money for doing a job.
And it's just like, you see
This
Lord
is
pull.
why you always hire someone who's bonded and insured for these types of jobs. And
So it wasn't you.
I keep telling everyone. You need to talk to somebody who actually has some experience in their profession.
Miss Ames is like, yeah, you know, I was telling her, like, I love Larry. Don't get me wrong. I love this guy. Like, sometimes I'll throw him a couple bucks to sweep up the place, take the garbage out, stuff like that. But for your electricity, Larry? Anyway, okay. So you ladies must be excited to go check on the mystery yourselves then. Like, getting out of here so fast. And she's coming over with the paper cups, double stacking them, pouring your drinks into them.
Real quick though, we should probably ask her what she knows. She knows everything because she sees everyone. She knows everyone.
So, yeah, I guess we've got. So you were mentioning trouble outside, Ms. Ames. What kind of trouble?
It's like, oh, one of the tourists got themselves killed up at the Hillside Hotel.
Killed how?
I don't know all the specifics of it, but Floyd over there let slip that it's just like they were found in a pool of their own blood in the other tourist's room. Mr. You know, his name was right at the tip of my tongue, but I don't know where it went.
Interesting.
Will you excuse me? I'm gonna go talk to this this floored fellow over here. You two could keep chatting.
Floyd sees Cassandra come up. He's just like, ma'am, nice to see you today. You look lovely as ever.
Sheriff Floyd, as always, bless your heart. Bless your heart.
Can I help you with today on this grim morning?
Why, yes. Sheriff Floyd, we heard something about a possible incident at the tourist lighthouse.
At the lighthouse? What happened down there? Did those punk kids spray paint some of that graffiti again? I swear that the bold-faced lies, ma'am. I mean, if you ever went out on a date with me, it's like if you ever like agreed to come out, maybe I could show you that those are lies. Those are dirty, dirty lies.
Floyd, can you stop playing dumb with me just for once, please?
Larry elbows him. Who's playing? Miss Ames laughs.
Larry,
Like-
apparently you're playing with people's electricity again, okay? I'm talking to Sheriff Floyd, please. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just trying to make conversation. Slides over. Nobody loves old Larry. It's like, call him to get your garbage out. Sweep up the floor, maybe. But no, part of a conversation, not worth it. Okay, it's all right. And Floyd looks at you. She's like, now, ma'am, you know rightfully well that I can't go about telling you police business. It's just like, yes, did something transpire at the Hillside Hotel? Of course it did. Was a body found? Maybe it was.
Rose is just gonna be.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, could Cassandra just kind of gaslight him into thinking that, like, into thinking that Cassandra was at one point part of like a different department.
Oh, Cassandra could have been a cop. Oh,
Not a cop. Mm-mm.
not a cop.
She wasn't a part of an agency, but you know, she likes to.
Oh, maybe she makes some large donations.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a presence roll. Take advantage because you are a Southern Belle. So give me
that'd be
3d12, add 1. Not 12, 6. I'm too used to saying
Oh,
d12
okay.
at this point. My bad, that's on me. Don't worry, you didn't roll great for
good.
that one. Alright, so that's a 10, because 6 plus 3 plus 1.
1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
Oh, shit.
Sorry. Sorry.
No, you absolutely say dumb shit. I love it. I'm here for you guys just saying dumb shit.
Uh-huh.
And Floyd is just like, no, miss. Sorry, ma'am. He definitely calls Cassandra ma'am. And he like takes his hat off and he sets it on the counter and swivels back to you. Now you're sweeter than this piece of pie. He motions down with his fork at his cherry pie. But you know, I can't be telling you things like that. It's just like Detective. What did I name her? Detective Holloway. She doesn't like it very much when I start giving out information to the public. He does air quotes, but also his fork with a large piece of pie is in his hand, and a good amount of it slides back onto the floor. It's just like, but what I can tell you, I didn't tell you, but maybe you heard, you know? Now, you know about our 2 tourists that we had recently. That one that was wearing all the swanky outfit, very like put together gentleman. I can't remember what his name was, but I called him Mr. JQ. You know, dressed all that fancy. Looked like he was from somewhere fancy. It's like, he asked a lot of questions. Came to the sheriff's department a time or two. And it's just like, I didn't know any of his answers. Miss Holloway talked to him. He, hypothetically, was found dead in that other fella's room at the Hillside Hotel.
Is this loud enough where everybody hears this?
Oh yeah, Floyd is not quiet. I also think Miss Ames might be watching as well. Like, everybody is just focused on him.
Rosa just kind of gasps for effect.
Floyd's just like, gosh dang it! Now the whole town's gonna know. You didn't hear this from me, everybody.
Quietly, I'm
safe with us.
quietly. I'm just gonna mutter. I think the whole town already knew, but just under my breath.
Now,
All right.
I feel like Maeve is like leaning over either to Rosa or B and kind of going like, murdered in another man's room on a vacation. Could have been a lover's spat.
That was my
Weirder
first
things
thought
have
too.
happened. Weirder things have happened. So let's
Like,
a lover's quarrel. Floyd stands up, and like Pig grabs his hat. I didn't think about that. Not in these times.
How very progressive of you.
wait a minute, Floyd. Did it even occur to you that foul play might have been involved in this at all?
I just assumed he was running with scissors. People don't get murdered. In
Did you
Cabot
find
Cove?
scissors?
Well, the wounds were, you know.
Floyd,
I can't talk to you all about this.
Floyd, hold up.
Do you want to go somewhere
long-
more private?
Floyd, I just want to ask something here. You said people don't get murdered in this town, and yet, how many times have us little old ladies solved, murders for you guys?
But every single time, I think to myself, this doesn't happen in Cabot Cove.
But all evidence seems to say exactly that it does, with shocking regularity.
Floyd raises his hands. It's like, no, I'm just a simple sheriff. I don't get into statistics.
Who solves all your murders, Floyd?
Arguably, you all have solved significantly more murders than either me or Miss Holloway have solved. But Miss Holloway says that she has solved many murders back in New York City.
New York City?
Would it not make more sense to just tell us the information so we don't have to pry it out of you each and every time?
Just roll. You gotta roll reason. It's convincing him to just skip the plot. It's so funny.
2d6?
Yeah. Yeah. 2d6. Do you have any reason? Sorry.
I gotta look without accidentally.
You do.
making
Yeah,
another
you do.
character.
Yeah, you have one reason. That's what you.
Okay.
What it is. Okay. So yeah. 8.
Okay.
You know what?
Apparently 9.
I will take it up to 10. I will make that a success because mathematically, raising a d6 by 1 should be more, than raising a d20 by 1. So I'll take it up to a success. And Floyd's just like, you know what? That might save me a lot of time. You all solve this down here so you don't have to come down to the office and then browbeat me. And then Margot gets mad at me because Look. Alright. And he reaches out and he pulls out his notebook. Now Floyd, dumb as a box of rocks. But you know what Floyd is amazing at? Taking notes. Floyd will write down everything that he sees, no matter how unnecessary it seems. And
Okay.
he slides it over. He puts it on the desk. He's like, "You ladies have a look at that." No, he drops it on the floor. He's dumb, but
you can't have any sort of investigatory bias if you just have no idea what's going on.
that is completely fair. He drops his little notebook. It lands right next to the piece of pie. Miss Ames looks down, finally notices the pie. She's like, "God damn it, Floyd!" It's like fucking Butterfingers. And she walks into the back to get a mop.
You know what's really depressing about all of this? A sheriff is an elected position, which means that this asshole has to run to have this position, and people vote for him.
I have to say it. It's largely responsible because low voter turnout. Up in Cabot Cove,
I was also thinking he probably runs unopposed.
Exactly.
I was gonna actually say, B, don't you vote for him?
No, I abstain.
Why? No, seriously, you ought to. Because that's how we get all of our information. If we had a smarter sheriff...
Larry's just starts writing down future plans. Run for sheriff.
You know what? I rescind my complaint.
Can't wait for the sequel to
Cassandra
this
just-
game just being the election
Cassandra
arc.
Cassandra quickly walks over, just just puts a hand on the notepad. No, Larry, no. But you know what you can do though? You sweet summer child, you could come mow my lawn. How about that?
Oh, this is just the break I've been looking for, Miss Cassandra.
That's depressing.
Just like I'll get into the landscaping business. It'll be me, Larry's Lawns. It's gonna be fantastic. I see it now. It's just like I'm gonna need to invest in some, Now, Miss Cassandra, you don't mind loaning me a large sum of money?
Just walk away. Seriously, just walk away.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Judge me after you see my work. Larry's Lawns is on the job. And he hops down. He is about 4'11" is Larry, now that we can see him at his full height. And he goes walking out of the building.
Isn't there already a scorch mark in B's front living room? From See What You Can Do?
Hey, first off, I said I was sorry. You can't be mad at me about it anymore.
Oh, I can.
Laws. We have rules. Society. Can you roll me, I want this to be a medal with composure.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
that should be a 6 total.
that'll be a 6. That is a failure at it. It's very hard for you to compose yourself in this moment as you see Larry be like, Larry's Lawns, it's gonna be, and like then his face starts unstitching itself, and you just like, it looks like somebody had a zipper on the top of Larry's head and pulled it down, and his head just unfolded, and you see just a tangle of words. Like, what if words were chords? Like, in place of where his head was. And then as he's talking, you see just like the word excited, like happy, but a couple of times, but then all over it, you just see doomed as he is unraveling in front of you. Now, this is terrifying for you. You can take the condition unnerved. As long as you have this, when you look at any of the townsfolk, you know how long they have left to exist because you are watching them unravel in front of you. And it makes any interaction with a person, you are at disadvantage. Or you can, what do they call it? I'm looking for the exact wording. You can take the Crown of Void, where this is Maverick, we're in the in-between. So Maverick has to kind of take over for right now, instead of Mav.
Technically, there was a reroll played, so that might not be the case.
My bad. It might not even be the case. Didn't even see the reroll? Give me 2 more d6. I'm so sorry about that.
Alrighty, here it goes.
You have a premonition and may be able to change your fate.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I feel like I see reality unfolding and a space unfolding, and I'm just like, I shake out of it and I'm like, huh? Oh goodness, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, it just
Ah.
basically
Oh,
turned you into a
pardon me,
puddle.
B. For a minute there, I was a bit disconcerted. No, I'm absolutely disconcerted.
It's like, yeah, so Mav, you see it, and as like if you try to look away from him, you Miss Ames walks back from the back room, and you see that she doesn't even have skin anymore. Like it is all there's no body at all. She's not wearing clothes. It is just the suggestion of clothes. Like, and I mean literally, you just feel the vibe of clothing, but not act. You don't see clothing. You don't see a body. You just see
I
words.
think we're gonna take the crown of the void for this one.
So, everybody, you feel a. You feel the vibe of when your characters are close to an anomaly. You know something is fucky. Right now, Maeve is an anomaly inside your world, your dream world. B.
Maeve doesn't belong.
Maeve doesn't belong. And you start to see like their bodies zip back up, Maeve. But all three of the people in this room are looking at you odd.
I think she's gonna try to play it off, and it's just like, now see, this always happens. It's happened ever since my younger days. Of course, back at the debutante ball, when I first met Levi, I told you the story, didn't I? All eyes always on me. It's such a curse.
Do any of the rest of us know what what Maeve is seeing?
I think because they put on the crown, you all can start to see it a little bit. You see this place like thread, which is the way that Lockstitch has always taught everybody about how to deal with rifts and anomalies. It doesn't look the only person of Lockstitch that I know sees this as different is normally Patagon, where Patagon sees rifts as music or like sound,
Hmm.
but everybody else sees it as thread, because that's how we train them to do it. But you all see at the edges, everybody is unraveling. And you all see it on yourselves as well. Like somewhere, maybe it's your pinky, maybe it's like one of your hairs. It's like actually a thread.
All right, real quick. Cass, will you please thumb through that notepad and find something relevant?
You know, very much so. I think I will. Cassandra just picks it. Well, as quick as she possibly can, considering her age, picks it up
Ow, my
and
back.
just kind of.
It's about like a solid 15 potato. Like,
It was one of those like she had to do like she had to kind of hype herself up to kind of get back up.
Roll me reason. What do we think, everybody? What does speed reading look like for Cassandra?
Speed reading? Oh, it just that'd be kind of like her pace of like reading books in book club, which is oddly faster than everyone.
It's like, obviously, you normally have 4 eyes. Give me a reason roll. Take advantage. So give me 3d6 and add 1. Okay, so 9. Man. Okay. So, Cassandra, this book, it's worse than you would even have thought. It's just like, Cassandra, you recognize, and this is very specifically Cassandra, not the cast part of you. Just like you know Floyd is a dullard. Always has been. And she's like, and if it wasn't for the donations from his wealthy father, he would never get into office. Ugh. But this is even beyond that. You are top of the reading Iron Club. It's not a competition, or at least they say so. You know better. It's a competition. Can you take the condition, braggart? It's like, if there is something that needs to be done, it needs to be you that does it. Like if, say that we need to investigate a room, even if you're not the most qualified, you are the most qualified. You can clear these conditions by having a moment in your cozy place, but you got to fit it into the narrative. But so you go through this, and like you were just flying past, and you get to the point that's actually interesting. He also went into great detail about what his breakfast was before going in, and there must have been a murder. Floyd was called into the hotel on the hill, the Hill House Hotel. He was called into that place. There was a body laying in a room. Sorry, 1 second. Laying in room 209. There is a body. It was a well-dressed man, a male, slender, like nice looking, very, it's like if he thought about it, if he ever judged people that way. And there's a long diatribe about that, about how he doesn't think of guys like that.
Someone doth do, what do you call it?
Doth what is it? Doth
Wait.
protest too much?
Protest.
Yeah, that thing, that. I was trying to think of words and it wasn't working.
It's just like, there's also a bit about like how he's looking forward to meeting up with Larry for breakfast.
Oh, you could
But
do
anyway.
better. I don't care how dumb you are. You could do better.
I love the side story of Floyd and Larry. Inside, man wearing a vest, nice trousers.
Would one maybe call him a sharp-dressed man?
He was a sharp. Well, would we have called Joaquin, if Joaquin suddenly appeared in Maine, would Joaquin be a sharp-dressed man in Maine?
I never met the guy.
Are we talking just like lowercase or uppercase when we say sharp-dressed man? Because that does make a difference.
It would definitely be like the lowercase, because like the sharp-dressed men dress like mobsters. Well, now they're
Right.
poor, so they dress like poor mobsters. We really done a number on that side story, by the way. So yeah, they will say it's just like well-dressed, very finely dressed. Contents included riding crop? Question mark? Like, didn't see them ride a horse in, but perhaps. And an eye patch. It's like, sorry, like the body was a eye patched, one-eyed individual. Seemed to be a previous injury. Doesn't seem to be related to the murder. They were pierced through the back with, and it says, "Get this," like he's talking to somebody else.
His notes look like he's talking to
Absolutely, the notes are just 100%. Get this, like he's excited for reading it in the future. Looks like was impaled from behind with a sword-like object.
Did they find the sword-like object?
See what the notes have to say. and we'll have to see for ourselves.
So we're dealing with some sort of strikingly handsome, albeit sounds a bit boyish for my taste, young man. Could be an equestrian or some kind of pervert.
Just, don't kink shame.
He's just like, you've all put
Listen,
it in-
honey, I was 6 blocks away down from, more some portion of time. We were in the East Village. We've seen those type of folks around. They don't hurt anybody, but they are perverts.
They probably bear that name quite proudly, actually.
Well, I suppose to each their own.
It's like, Floyd really just like, well, I wasn't expecting this twist. I thought he just was running and fell on the scissors. Now, you see, we did not, in fact, find the scissors. This is like, but, I mean, it looks... This kind of thing doesn't happen in Cabot Cove.
That's in his notes.
That's in his notes.
But
And if you go through
Well,
his
what about
notebook,
this-
if you go through Floyd's notebook, every page is filled with the sorts of things that don't happen in Cabot Cove constantly happening. Like it's like a daily mantra for him.
Oh yeah, remember like last year's case of like human trafficking.
Right. That sort of thing doesn't happen in
Okay.
Cabot Cove.
I know that there has to be some greasy fingerprints on this thing as well.
Oh yeah, it's the worst, but like it's really good notes. Like, and by really good, it's exactly what he sees and thinks at that moment.
So it's thorough.
So thorough. He theorizes, and this stranger, like from out of town, got confused themselves with the other stranger from out of town and believed that they were them, walked into their hotel room that night and went to lay down, ran into the room to jump into bed carrying scissors, slipped, fell, knocked all of the notes all over the room, and stabbed themselves in the back. Then housekeeping showed up, cleaned up the scissors. That's what happened. They haven't been able to find housekeeping.
Now, Floyd,
Wow.
I got a question. Floyd, I got a question. How does someone run and then fall forward only to impale themselves in the back with scissors?
I'm just gonna tap the Cass on the shoulder. Why are you asking him? We should just go check out the place.
Floyd
I mean, I do like.
Floyd waves his-
like.
Floyd waves his pie fork at you two, and she's like, "Well, that's why you're the detectives." He does air quotes again, but drops his pie plate on the floor completely.
Does it break?
It breaks, and fucking Miss Ames is so just done with it. She's like, "Floyd, you're cleaning that up." And he's like, "Oh, what? What?" And then you hear like static from his walkie-talkie. He's like, "Oh, looks like I'm being called into the office. I'll be right back. You guys will you ladies will get this for me, right?"
Absolutely not. Come back.
Oh, yeah, I'm already gone.
Larry, there's a shiny nickel in this for you if you clean it up.
Larry's mowing the lawn already.
He's already left.
Oh,
Oh
no.
yeah, Larry took off.
You know what? Maybe we need to go check on Larry at some point. But before
R.I.P.
we do
your
that,
lawn.
we should probably. I mean, I got a pretty big lawn, so it wasn't. I sent
It's-
him to the more. I sent him to the more undesirable portion of it, so don't worry.
It's already dead.
So
Like I said, it's.
I do think we should probably So we know that the body has probably already been taken to the morgue. We should at least inspect the crime scene. So I think that should be our first stop, and then from there we go to the morgue, see what we can find there. Sound like a plan?
I think we should find housekeeping and persuade them to let us into the room.
We can do that.
You said it was room 209. We need to get over there. I think
Yep.
Yep.
it's the off season for the tourism. We could probably book 207 tonight, and it's right next door.
Or we could just try to walk in.
Either way, it sounds like we're moving over to the hotel.
Yep.
Yep,
I don't
sounds
think
like-
there needs to be an elaborate plan here. I think we just need
Yeah.
to walk in.
Yep.
Some places actually just leave the doors open.
Yeah,
If they're
and
not
remember this
occupied.
is like a small town hotel too. Like we're talking like a place where everybody knows everybody. It's not like we're gonna be able to sneak in.
And if nothing else, Maeve could, do her usual hard self style.
Cass, it would really behoove you to, wear your jealousy a little bit further underneath, maybe off of your sleeve right now. Because some of us have a striking elegance that has continued on into their later years.
I'm a
While
rich
you guys
girl
are
from the
arguing,
South.
I'm
I
just
don't know
going.
what you're.
Yeah, so
Get out of here.
I'm with you, Fee. So Vidra and I, let's go up to the desk, and I'm just gonna strike up a conversation with the attendant there.
Her name is
Um,
Miss Twilliger, Mildred Twilliger. She is a widow.
Okay.
She's also known as, a little. She's gained a reputation of a busybody.
So I'm gonna go up to Mildred, and I'm gonna go. Wow, what a tragedy that that occurred last night. I'm shocked about that. What will people think with tourists dropping dead like that?
These kind
Am
of
I-
things don't happen in Cabot Cove.
Am I still very, very short?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, am I
don't- I-
shorter than the front desk?
I would
Or
It's-
shorter than...
yeah, you could definitely be shorter than the front desk if you would like to be, for sure.
I would like to just beeline it to the room.
So I will. I'll continue
You
to
can
keep the
distract.
conversation going. Yeah.
Can Cassandra kind of walk beside B just to kind of block line of sight from the stairs?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so the two of us are just kind of striking up a conversation with Mildred. I'm sure that housekeeping is traumatized by this. How's everybody holding up?
It's going to be terrible for this season's tourism. It's just like we can't have people running with scissors. People are going to think that this hotel is accident prone. It's like, and just they fell on the scissors. It was terrible.
What can you tell me about the guest whose room the man died in?
They took up at Suite 209. It's a nice room. Looks out over the lake. I've always considered the room very nice. The bathroom is rather large. The suite has an inside a 4-clawed tub. It's fantastic. Breakfast is served promptly at 8 in the morning.
And who is the guest that was staying in that room? What can you tell us about that person?
The guest that was staying in there got to use a king-size bed. We have television, of course, but just the local channels. We don't have cable here, you understand. They could use any of the mini bar. And we don't really stock it with that much stuff, but we do have some nice wines and cheeses.
So, aside from the amenities of the room, how would you describe the guest who is staying in it?
Okay, I think I have to make you make a roll.
All right, yeah, let's do this. What do you need?
How are you going to try? Like, I think it is clear that she is avoiding the subject. I think this is an occult move. It's an occult
Okay.
move with reason, though.
Okay, so what? 2d6.
Yeah, 2d6 plus 2.
2d6 plus 2. Trying for a 10. 6 and 2.
You
So
got the 10 though.
yeah, that'll do it.
You all she can't talk about it. Like, you can see all the edges. She will not mention the person's name at all. Like, won't mention anything about the person that was supposed to be in the room.
Is this the kind of hotel that has like the little book that you can write about your stay in each room?
That absolutely seems like a thing this place would have.
Awesome stocks. I'm just going to the room. Is it closed or is it open?
Here's the hallway. So here's 208 and here's 209. The doors are closed right now.
I'm gonna try the door.
The door is definitely locked.
Have we seen the housekeeping cart?
I don't think. I mean, we could.
Or the housekeeper? I assume she's, or he is quite, or they are quite traumatized. Can I keep an ear out for maybe someone crying?
Oh, absolutely. I will actually give this to you right now for the answer. As like this conversation is going on, there's definitely a moment where Miss Terwilliger is just, and the whole day it's just like, I'm not gonna get any tourism because of these clumsy people. And can you believe it? Clara had to take off. She's not up there cleaning the room. I said Clara. Her name is Clara. That's real dumb of me. It's just like, you know what? I bet she's out day drinking. Like, what? One accidental death that you have to clean up is just too much for you? It's just like we haven't all had to lift up a body and move it down the stairs. It's like,
Is this
you've-
also the type of hotel that might have like all of the keys on a pegboard behind the front desk?
That seems fair. So what are Maeve and Cassandra doing right now? Well, B is having this conversation, and then Rosa comes back down the stairs for the key.
I'm just gonna like point at the key wall. Get someone's attention. Get one of their attention. Who's looking at me?
So
I feel like Maeve maybe notices, but I'm trying to wonder if it's not like one of the higher rungs on the key wall, so I gotta like slip around and just grab it and like get it to a Rosa.
Is this the first time that we've investigated the hotel? Or do we have this kind of as a routine at this point?
I
Like a
cannot
knowing
imagine
nod. This is just a bit we do.
that. I love that. Just it's just like going behind the counter to comfort Miss Terwilliger and just taking the key.
Just slipping it.
There, there,
was-
darling. I know these things happen far too often in such a quiet place like this. As I'm reaching backwards and grabbing, like pointing and like making eye contact, like this one, you want that one? Which one are we getting?
Well, I'm sure they're labeled, and we were gonna get the one for the room that
Right.
the person was murdered in,
So it's
and
209.
probably also the room that they came from, like that was
Yeah.
theirs.
Yeah, I can pocket 2 of those and flip them to Rosa after the
Yeah,
company.
so like, give one to me and give one to somebody else. We can divide and conquer
Yeah,
this.
I think Cass and Rosa can definitely take both of those.
So yeah, while you guys are doing the distraction, I'm going to continue. So you, Millicent, or Mildred rather, you said, you just said that the housekeeper actually moved the body out of the room.
Well, the housekeeper and Floyd, of course. Like, once Detective Holloway got in there, looked at it, we all reasonably assumed that it was an accident. It's like these kind of things don't happen here. It's not like accidents happen everywhere, but if you are assuming, trying to say that it's another murder, like the death of my dear husband in the same hotel, in the same room 209 a year ago, you would be ridiculous. Those kind of things don't happen here.
Is it the anniversary?
Not to the day. This weekend. Sunday, in fact.
I've already scampered off. I hear it like from the other thing and idly question to myself. I don't draw attention to the fact that I'm even there.
So with that knowledge that Mildred's husband was conclusively proven to have been murdered, I assume we were the ones who solved that murder.
Absolutely. It was you four that solved that murder as well.
All right. And did we determine it wasn't Mildred who did it?
That is up to you.
I think
I think she would be in jail if we had.
Unless we decided that her husband probably had it coming.
Either
He had
that
it
or it was
coming.
definitely a case of she was the prime suspect and it was something very unlikely. A twist at the end.
I like the idea that it really was her. We discovered it. We figured it out, and we told her that we wouldn't tell the sheriff because we knew, just what a jerk her husband was. So with that, I go to I look at Mildred and I say, it would be a shame if the authorities were to learn about some of the things that happen in these hotels.
You're gonna blackmail her?
You're blackmailing her?
Oh my!
Yes. So, a great way to help keep your hotel in business would be to tell us where we can find the housekeeper. Because we want to keep you in business. We want to make sure that, you're able to continue serving our community.
Give me a presence roll. Give me 2d6 presence.
Alrighty.
I gotta say, B's character portrait now and kind of that like sullen countenance taking on a really, really grim vibe now that like I've seen her blackmail an old lady.
Look, 2 old ladies blackmail one another. It's no big deal. Happens all the time. That's an 8. That's not going to do it.
You all hear thunder outside.
Was it a clear day?
It was a clear day as it starts to rain. And like you see Mildred, she's like, "Oh, I thought we all agreed that like we thought that, fine. Even if it was justice, you can't hold this over me forever, B." It's just like, She's down at the watering hole. She has not to be disturbed. If her husband calls, you didn't hear it from me. You don't know where she is.
Lips are sealed. Good thing
Is
that
the
we
watering
understand
hole
each other.
a bar?
Yeah, the watering hole's the local bar.
Got it. Well, I'm gonna go. I've got the key. I'm gonna go into room 209.
This is room 209.
Does anyone want to join me?
Cassandra probably would be joining as like, yeah.
Just to make sure no one's hiding in the closet.
Oh wait, could Cassandra run home and just? Oh no, never mind.
You need to be in charge.
Yeah.
Was all your idea. I'm gonna see about finding that little book where the guests actually like write about their stay. See if I can find out anything about who was in this room. Who was meant to be in this room.
Yeah, you know what? Give me. This is a metal, with reason.
All right.
You know what? This is a metal with sensitivity. I'm sorry. So like 2d6 and add 1 to it. So 9. It's close, but let's on a 7 to 9, there's a complication. Either the clue itself or the complication you encounter while searching. Okay.
Is it still kind of that squiggly lettering and stuff?
It definitely is, but you feel drawn to it. You know that there is something more than this, but you can't read it. You can't read it yourself, but you definitely know that this writing was somebody else.
Cassandra, come take a
Yeah.
look at this. Help me figure out the name of the person who was in this room. You're just so smart and you know, well read and smart.
Well, thank you. I do appreciate it. Not too many people like to talk about my reading skills too much. I think Cassandra will again do her very not very long, but like long enough to kind of be a little annoying. Like pick up, and just get down and then pick it up. Just kind of look at it, see what like she can read.
Give me reason. This is also a metal, but you get you have advantage. So 3d6 and add 1. Okay, yeah, yep. That'll do it. So we got 6 plus 4, then plus 1. So we are sitting at 11. Let me. All right. So here's your clue. In the book, it does state amazing amenities. Thank you. It's just like, give my regards to the King of Alto. As the words stop looking like what they look like, all squiggly, and stop referring to Maine. This is somebody thanking the King of Alto for his time, and like they will return the weapon as soon as they can. Signed, and the name is, it's not impossible to read, but phonetically it's not the word Taylor, but it means that word in all languages across the Echo. It's just like, it is signed the Taylor.
Well, Rosa, I think we just found our clue.
I'm gonna look around a little bit more and just see if I can find anything that looks pointy.
Maybe also take a picture of the letter itself.
I don't have my camera.
Wait,
I mean, you do. What's that in your hands?
I lost it in the sands that got left.
This is a
Canonically.
different camera.
Vidra doesn't have her camera. Rosa probably does.
I have one of those newfangled digital cameras.
Oh shit! In the 1980s,
She doesn't know how
Oh,
to
no,
work
in
it. She's
1980s.
like just struggling.
Well, Murder, She Wrote did go into the 90s.
It did go into the 90s. That still blows my mind. I don't believe that whenever anybody says it.
It was concurrent with Friends.
That is a sentence you could have said, I guess.
I think they just did.
So, yeah, so Cassandra, you have this book that you, as the combination of both Cassandra and Cass, understand that it means more than just this person. Like, it means Joaquin was killed. Joaquin died in the tailor's room. Like, and the desk is open. Like, it does look like somebody was rifling through papers. And, if you want to give me, while you two are here, another investigation roll.
What to roll?
A meddling. Give me. How are you searching this room? You looking for something sharp? Is that what you were looking for?
I'm looking for something sharp. I'm looking like under the bed, see if anything rolled under there.
Okay, yeah. Give me sensitivity. Give me the 2d6 plus 1.
Okay, 1 second. Ten
Nice.
plus 1, so 11.
So, if on their way down, I know for a
It
fact.
definitely has a floppy disk. Sorry.
Like, I know you definitely said, like, Joaquin messaged the crew before their death. But if you could give a clue as to a component of your death that can lead them there. Actually, let me know if this is cool. So Joaquin was stabbed through the back by a figure that we all assume is the tailor with a pair of scissors that are as big as a long sword. Came out your chest. You messaged the crew, and then you fell to your death. Would it be cool if Joaquin drew the scissors in blood? As
Oh,
a clue
absolutely.
as
Yeah.
to what killed him.
Right.
Throwing
It
scissors
probably
are
would
no
have been
joke.
like message to the crew, finish the mission, all that kind of stuff for those that were there and remember. And then after that, with his last life force, kind of just tries to scrawl out the scissors in case someone can find him.
Absolutely. Cass and Cassandra and Rosa, when you see those scissors drawn, it means multiple things to you. Like checking the it feels like there's a fog lifting as you are looking at this blood scribble of it, and like you all remember the note, finish the mission, and then for some reason that was very foggy, and it's becoming more clear. That's what your notes say. That is what your notes say that Joaquin said. And then you find these scissors, and these scissors look more than just like, it is a crudely drawn pair of scissors in a person's blood. But think of it like House or like Sherlock Holmes style, as you recognize these scissors as one half of them is a weapon called the Oathbreaker that Tomb Squad found for an unknown client as soon as you all arrived here on the Echo. Like, one of the first jobs that you guys took from the Adventurers Guild was to reclaim half of a scissor called Oathbreaker. Legendary thing, but that all falls into your minds suddenly. Like, you all had all of that information. Cursebreaker and Oathbreaker is what they're both called. Yeah, it does break curses. But
All right, this is definitely information I want to pass on.
so yeah, you all have two clues. Like the name, the tailor, this was the tailor's room, and also he very much enjoyed the amenities. And the fact that the person who killed Joaquin used that sword that does match the description, the sword/scissors that does match the description of Cursebreaker.
All right.
Cursebreaker, Oathkeeper. Sorry. And also, let me move you two here. While they're upstairs searching, you two can be at the bar talking with... One second.
Would there be any more use in like checking the other room?
Oh
The
yeah,
room
there's
that...
stuff in the other room too.
Okay. Do we feel like, Cass, do we feel like this has been exhausted in this room, or do we want to keep searching?
I mean, Cassandra would have searched the desk, the rummaging of the desk, just to see if there was anything in there.
Oh, for sure. Cassandra, as you go through those, there are papers, and they all have the indistinct text on them. And
Don't seem to be too much in here, except just a bunch of jumble.
wait a minute, Joaquin would have found something out. Can you give me another investigation check?
That'd be a...
This is definitely a
It'd be
medal
3d6.
with reason. Not this would be just 2d6 plus 1.
2d6. Okay.
Okay,
Nine.
so 9. The storm thunders louder out there, everybody. And as it thunders, it almost sounds a lot like... What if somebody was just ripping denim very slowly, and that's what was making the thunder around you?
Holy artists.
And with that, you do see the fact that you see a amenities list, the things that this person had taken out of storage, and the top one is, it's just okay, they had 2 miniature vodkas, they had Like they ate a sandwich, they had like some snacks, they ate some peanuts. They took out one undisclosed, massively powerful weapon from the King of Alkali. And then they also had some seltzer water.
That's an unusual amenity.
It's like one of those, like, I'm sorry, what was that before the seltzer water? Oh, some peanuts? Do you mean? Yeah, no.
The weapon?
Oh, right, the weapon. Yeah.
I can see why they got the seltzer water to get out blood stains.
Smart. Very smart.
So, yeah, you have that information now, Cass, that the person in this room has a weapon, a very powerful weapon, from the King of Alto before his untimely death.
Perfect.
Mav and B, you find yourself at the watering hole looking for Miss Clara Farnsworth. She's been, in the hotel, like, maid service business her whole life. It's more than just cleaning. It's about hospitality. But today she saw some dark things that don't happen in Cabot Cove. They just don't happen. So she's here at the watering hole, drinking.
So I order a ginger ale and from the barkeep, and as I'm sipping it, I strike up a conversation with him. I assume that do I recognize the person at the end of the bar as housekeeper?
Yeah, you would be able to recognize Clara.
Yeah.
So, as you strike up a conversation with the barkeep, like, they just turn and look at you. Their eyes are just deadpan. And as they open their mouth, you just see words fall out, just dribbling out of their mouth, just black inky text slapping onto the counter in front of you.
Better clean that up.
This is the reaction to the Crown of the Void, the shadow on your garden.
So, I say, dreadful business happened that took place last night at the hilltop. I was shocked by it. That sort of thing doesn't happen in Cabot Cove.
Okay. Roll me a sensitivity.
Yeah.
2d6, and I think it's -1.
-1, yep. Alrighty. That's a 7 -1, that's a 6.
At the hotel, as well as here, the thundering gets louder. You hear the bottles start to clang together. It is discernibly ripping. You can tell that it is not thunder. As you see Clara at the Maeve, you see Clara at the end of the counter thing, just drinking, and she's like, no.
So I'm gonna go over and try and comfort her.
You're currently stuck with the barkeep. The barkeep is The barkeep is staring into your eyes and just has you locked. It's just like that kind of thing doesn't happen at Cabot Cove. As with a 6, that's a full-on failure. B, you are gonna take the condition that kind of thing doesn't happen at Cabot Cove.
What does that mean?
You don't believe this was a murder. You believe that somebody slipped and stabbed themselves in the back with a knife. With a pair of scissors. You can shake this, but we are moving into nighttime right now. So now,
All right. Am I like this seems like the sort of thing that so B is eminently reasonable. She trusts her senses, she trusts her faculties. And even as this belief starts taking hold, I think she would know enough to know that something's not quite right. What sort of condition would she need to trigger to try and shake it off?
you would have to do something cozy.
Got
What's
it.
your cozy thing?
Well, for me, it's knitting and writing on my typewriter to work on my novel. So I think, after I get my ginger ale and I'm totally shaken, I'm still like I have the belief. There's something weird about it, and I can't quite put my finger on it. But I do want to still take the statement from Clara. So I'm going to walk over to her and I'm going to offer my condolences. I'm sorry you had to find that mess. That must have really shaken you. You have my condolences. You have my sympathy. Do you want to talk about it?
Is Maeve still there?
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm just.
I think whew. Roll me. Give me 2d6 and it's got to be not sensitivity, composure for this. Yeah, for B for that.
You want me to do it? You got
Yes.
it. All right, 2d6 and composure is a +1 for me.
So we have moved into night mode. What you intend to do is go over there and ask them how things are going. There's going a cost for that, and just to work up, it's just to calm her down, it will take hours. That is the cost. For B to calm Clara down, it will be hours of her just crying and slow working it through as you all will watch the moon rise out the window.
And I know this, right?
Yes, yeah, you will know that.
Okay. All right. We don't have hours unless we parallel process. I think that's what we're going to have to do. I have a proposal. I need to gather myself up as well. What if we were to take Clara back to my cottage, make her a hot beverage while I start typing away and taking dictation on what she found?
Yeah, I could kind of question her myself here, and we could
Yeah.
do the
You
parallels to your novel. You know,
yeah,
idea writing.
exactly. You question and I type. That'll help help me get my head clear. I think that's the way to do this. Clara, would you like to come with us? We'll take care of you. And then I pay her bill to the barkeep.
Come on, honey, let's get you out of this dreadful place.
I mean, okay. I guess it's just like you paid my bill. Her tab was ridiculous.
It's okay. We all have bad days, and it's not like this sort of thing happens in Cabot Cove.
Kind of thing doesn't happen in Cabot Cove. Alright, so, well, yeah. We're gonna get right back to you guys in the hotel room in just a second. I just want to do a little bit more of this scene, and then we'll get right to you all. So, in the right, let me see. You two just had the key to this next room, right?
Uh-huh.
And we know what housekeeping is.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you two, as you leave the first room, and as soon as you hit the hallway, you are hearing that thunder. You are feeling the ripping sensation as the thunder shakes the entire Cabot's Cove, and it feels like it went from middle of the day to middle of the night. You know, like it's just suddenly the dead of night in the hallway.
I think our time is running short.
We should probably hurry up and get this done then.
That's what I think. So let's scurry across and find ourselves in the other room.
This room has not been touched by the police. Why would you have to investigate the accident victim's bedroom? It was clearly an accident.
Where is the accident victim's luggage?
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is sitting on the desk. There is a desk, in the there's a briefcase sitting there. It is, full of paperwork. Very neat, very organized. For some reason done in a quill. I don't actually know if Joaquin would do it in a quill. I don't think so.
Probably more of a fountain pen, but yeah.
All right, can I read any of it?
Yeah, go ahead and give me. You feel, and this is because it's the nighttime, for everybody. You feel like there is something actively fighting against you to read this. The bit of you that is still Vidra would recognize it as this is Bureaumancy working against you.
Okay. So would that be
It would.
like a sensitivity roll or a...
You could do depends on how you're trying, what you're trying to get. If you are just trying to read the paper itself, then I think either composure would work. The paper is trying to scare you away from reading it.
Okay.
But if you are trying to figure out who cast the Bureaumantic spell, that would be sensitivity.
I'm more interested in who did things to Joaquin than I am about the specifics about like what he was doing. So I think sensitivity.
Absolutely.
2d6 plus 1.
2d6 plus 1, yeah. Oof. Okay.
Well, I'm not.
Oh.
Nope.
So that was a 5, everybody. So we know a night move is if you fail, I get to make a move as hard as I want.
Oh. Well, shit.
Cassandra, you see what looks like a tentacle made of paragraphs of words. It's just like line after line after line after line after line after line of text, like swirled together to make a tentacle, and it bashes through the window and grabs Rosa right around the neck and is going to yank her out of this room.
Immediately, I have my hands around my neck.
Don't forget, you can crown this. We've seen the potential outcome.
Oh. How would one do that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, if you want to use a crown move, you can, the Golden Crown mystery move. Once per mystery, when a maven says, "This reminds me of something that happened in a book," this is Amanda Delacourt is what it says. Work with other players to describe how something that is happening in this situation reminds you of something that has happened in a book that you read in book club. And then, at a minimum, you must provide the following information: the name of the book, the problem that the character solved, and how what the problem was, and how Amanda got over it. Then you take up 12. So if you all can describe me a situation where a tentacle grabbed a character around the throat, or like not even a tentacle, like how
kinky are we getting?
how kinky
How
are you guys' book club?
That's what I was wondering. How kinky is our book club?
Well, it's whatever Amanda wrote.
I don't know. I don't know. Is our book club located in the East Village?
This is no. This is Can I give you something to go off of, Vidra, and then maybe just roll with it?
I mean, I'd actually say, like, in this particular instance, if it's around my throat, I'm not speaking.
What you might be reminded of, this is just like in Amanda Delacourt's that one time when she was right about onto it, and then that mysterious meddler came behind her with the garrote. How'd she get out of that?
Right. Must have ducked, like seen the shadow and ducked.
That one time is the best, like, name for a cheesy mystery, like, paperback. Alright, so, yeah. Like, so, that's when the main character ducked, and, like, so the garrote missed them. But, Cassandra, the garrote certainly missed them, but what was the next thing? Like, how did they use that to find out who the killer was? What was the next step?
I would say, in the midst of her doing that, it unintentionally revealed, like, the paper that she was looking for, like, right in front of her.
Okay.
Oh yeah, this guy who's trying to cover up the murder by offing the nosy old lady, since she ducks at the last minute, he kind of slips. He twists his ankle, drops the core piece of evidence, like Kath says, and then, she's able to old lady scurry away at a modest pace while this guy's like, my ankle.
Okay. I love
and run
that.
out the door and call for help.
Right, because like an old lady never like runs away. This guy's got to be like actually debilitated in a hilarious, embarrassing way.
He
I
also
call
has
out
to
for
like
Mildred. Old lady solidarity.
You see him just grabbing his ankle, just like in pain. He really twisted it.
he's tripped over furniture.
Stubbed his toe on the way down.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, a twisted ankle and a stubbed toe. Oh, it's over.
Okay. So originally, this was just a tentacle made out of text, but then through you all's like playing in Arthur's dream, it became just the dock worker reaching through trying to garrote you all. You see the information that you were looking for was somebody. How do I do this? I need to tie this in with Joaquin's murder. So, who is this? Because this wasn't the killer. This is somebody trying to cover up for the killer.
We know that the tailor has worked with a variety of groups, so he has henches, right? So, I mean, wouldn't be unreasonable that maybe he's either got a permanent a hired henchman, or someone that he's just contracted out with.
No, this is perfect. So, it looks like to everybody, this is the sailing boss of the town. He is actually named Harvey Green, as far as townfolk go. He's a bit of he is a kind of a union leader for the dock workers. But you guys know that he does a lot of smuggling. He really wants to keep certain groups of people out of Cabot Cove. And he's not the nicest guy. This is Floyd's dad. He's the richest man in town. But he is working directly under whoever did this murder. In the real world, we would recognize him as a giant fox man using a warhammer.
Okay. The Shaper.
The Shaper indeed. But Cassandra. So we know Rosa ducked, dodged the garrote. What did Cassandra do to hurt this man? Like, we know that he got hurt from the furniture and the fall. He has a sprained ankle and a stubbed toe, and he's trying to make his way out of here. This guy knows the way. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, you see, Cassandra believes in self-defense, but in Maine, getting a gun is a little difficult. So instead, she opted for the second best solution, which is mace, or not mace, pepper spray.
Absolutely. We made the rolls for it already, so you guys don't have to.
I really love us. We have B, you have blackmailed an innkeeper, and Cassandra is going to mace somebody in the face while he is down on the floor already.
Is that not what an old lady would do?
Oh, absolutely.
Old lady detectives, though, like old lady detectives have to be tough, right?
Exactly. Gotta show force.
Yeah, no, this is, Fletcher was funky. She had some fight.
Yeah, like Old lady detectives, if they don't survive to become old ladies by being just super meek and nice the entire time.
It's like, what were they before they were old lady detectives, though?
They were young lady detectives. They got shit done.
Never following the rules.
Exactly.
That poor guy. We just cut away as you're pepper spraying that guy.
I just like to imagine that the camera's fading to black and all you hear is the guy screaming from the pepper spray.
Absolutely.
Or it does like the weird freeze frame thing, like, and as you look directly to camera.
It's just like, he's down. Stop resisting. All right, we're at B's cabin. We have Clara. She's still like the entire way here. She's very uncomfortable. She has to repeatedly make herself not look up. She's constantly like shading her eyes as like you make your way out here. I assume that we're driving.
Yeah.
And just she is sobbing about the state of things. She's repeatedly mentioning the fact that it doesn't look real. She doesn't feel real. It's like that body didn't feel real. Nobody remembers it, right?
So, when we get it back in, I'm like, that's an interesting thing that you just said there. It doesn't, nobody remembers it right. What's the right way to remember this? And I sit down at my desk and start typing what she says.
That's just, well, the man was clearly stabbed. He was clearly stabbed through the back, maliciously. It's like everybody's just like, he slipped and fell. That doesn't make any sense. How do you fall and stab yourself and then lose the scissors that you stabbed yourself with?
And what kind of scissors might you have that are? How was the wound? You know, we don't have to talk about the gory details, but you must have seen the wound.
It was huge, and like the guy just looked right at me and just told me I wasn't gonna remember. And I remember though. He was right there. They were huge. Just it was and like she holds her like hands out. I think it's probably like a 6-inch. That I don't want to say the word 6-inch gash, but here I am.
We play a game on the internet.
Yeah, we sure do.
So, tell me about this man that said you wouldn't be able to remember him.
Okay, for that, Arthur, I'm gonna need you to roll a. This is so nighttime move, with composure.
And if I were to make this a crown move, what would that do?
Do you
you mean
mean
the gold?
so there's like a Gold Crown Mysteries move, which we can only do once
Yeah.
per, but then there's also when something bad happens,
Yeah,
you can instead put on a crown to make it better, which is something different.
Okay, well let's think let's have that in the chamber, so to speak, in case this goes badly. All right, you said composure, so that's 2d6 plus 1. Hoping
Yep.
for a 10.
Hoping for a 10. We got a 7.
Gosh, we are just
Okay.
we're nailing it.
Thanks, dice. I hate it.
Yes.
This seems very important, so I think I am going to put on a crown. I'm going to actually put on the chariot. So my reason modifier will be reduced by 1, and my sensitivity will be increased by 1.
You gotta go in. You actually have to go in order for it.
Oh, gotta go in order. So
Yeah, when you put
Shadow
this
in the
on,
Garden.
mark the first Shadow in the Garden, which is hilarious because we just came from B's place where there was a shadow to now we are standing in yours.
Yeah.
Well, a shadow begins happening.
Or can't he pick one of the other top crowns narratively if he wants to?
Oh yeah. You can
an
put on the crown to
anecdote?
mark to narrate any of these. The crown of the queen for sure. You could do a flashback to helping.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of those really work right now. I mean,
I
okay.
could show a private side of me that very few get to see. And this is true of both B and of Arthur, both of whom are oftentimes walled off even from people they're relatively close to. So B looks at Clara and says, what you're experiencing is, it's natural to feel the way that you do. And, there are people who are going to try and intimidate you. And then I'm going to relay a story of growing up in evil that, basically is Arthur's origin story. When I was young, I know it was a long time ago, I didn't live in Cabot Cove. I haven't always lived here. And I witnessed a crime. I witnessed a murder. And the perpetrator was a powerful figure in town. And I remember that this man tried to intimidate me and silence me and tried to hold that against me, and he threatened me to no end, and I knew that I had to bring him to justice, though. And I knew that it wouldn't come through the system, and I knew that it would have to come through my own strength and cunning. And I think you've got some of that too. I don't think you have to let this guy win. So, can you help us with that?
She stands up and she's like, yes, I can. She's just like, he was a tall man, taller than any person I've ever seen. And every time I described him, Floyd looked at me like I was ridiculous. But no, he was easily 12 feet tall, with glorious looking wings, feathered wings. He was wearing a blazer on top, but like he was wearing the most strange pants. They were plaid on one side, and I could swear the other side was just leather. Like somebody stitched two pairs of pants together. And he was carrying around a massive pair of scissors across his back. It was like an adventurer from one of those. Have you ever seen the movie Wizards? Or Conan?
Gotcha. We talking barbarian or destroyer? This sounds like more destroyer shit.
I feel like the sequel where he had to fight Darth Vader.
No, he fought Darth Vader in Barbarian. That was the original.
Oh, did he? Wow.
Yeah, that was Tulsa Doom.
I'm out of my depth here.
Tulsa Doom, the whole riddle of flesh and all that stuff. That was Conan the Barbarian. Conan the Destroyer is the one where he fights a gorilla in a mirror room.
I'm also a little out of my depth here.
Like, don't worry, it's just two old ladies
Solidarity.
talking about Conan.
Well, it's one guy hazily remembering Conan.
Right. And so, absolutely. But she describes this figure as add full description to your clues. This matches the vague descriptions that you have gotten about the tailor before, but this is the most any one person has ever told you about the tailor. But let's all remember, this person is just Arthur's dream, so it's just the clues that he already knows being told to him.
Perfect.
Question: does that mean
Yeah.
that the clues that he already knows are what's being told to us?
Exactly.
So,
Just the holes that he's missing from his mind.
so I don't need to like try to find a phone and call him or B to tell him all of the stuff he already knows. It just kind of populates when we
Yep.
find it out.
Oh, that's handy.
Does it populate to everybody? So including Maeve?
I think what I'm gonna do real fast is I'm gonna move us all. Where would we go to? Where do you go to solve crimes? Where do you go to hypothesize or theorize?
The
Hmm.
library? Maybe?
Well,
Anyone have a better idea?
well, we can either do that. Well, we can either do that, or I could offer everyone a nice cup of tea at my place. While we go check up on Larry.
That does, yeah, because you're an entertainer, right? Well, like you like to entertain people and host parties and things like that. I'm sure that you love to host the
Certainly, not
gathering.
no.
Yeah, I feel like this could be a wrap up where we get, cast to entertain everybody, and this kind of turns into that culminating moment where we've got everyone invited, including the killer who's, smug, doesn't think there's any evidence, and then we unravel the whole mystery in front of him, and the police, the bumbling policeman's there to at least put the handcuffs on.
Cassandra
We can
definitely turned this this gathering into like a charity event for the hotel.
To fund the
Right, so
cleanup.
everybody's there, all the players are there, and we can kind of do a theorizing combined confrontation to wrap it up.
Absolutely. Let me grab all the tokens I'm gonna need.
But we got a bloody drawing of scissors, a full description, and then I think we have one more clue.
We've also got the note that that Rosa and Cass found.
Right, about the weapon from Alto Royalty.
Yep.
We got an objective, we got a description, so we got motive, right? We got everything.
Yep, and not only that, we also have proof that the Shaper was an accomplice in all of this as well.
Right, so we got weapon from the description of the weapon, we got motive, and we've got... Yeah, ladies, I think we've got it.
Yeah, I think it's time for us to have ourselves the parlor room reveal.
Everybody's drinking lemonade outside of Cassandra's house
At night.
at night. This is like middle of a storm, by the way.
There's a
Cassandra put up
Lovecraftian element to how surreal this is, even though it's still like a quaint sitcom, or rather, light drama.
Cassandra put up covering.
Yeah, there's
You have a
probably a
storm porch?
gazebo.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're ready for a stray nor'easter when you're up in this part of the country.
Floyd pulls the cop car up and he's just like, now, Miss Cassandra, sorry, Ma'am Cassandra, I would never miss an opportunity to see your wonderful face and enjoy some of your amazing lemonade. But this is pretty late in the day. It's just to call
Oh,
us
it's-
out all out here.
Oh, it's never too late to support the hotel at this time. Plus, we got a surprise for all of you inside.
Pigs in a blanket?
That too.
Floyd is so excited about pigs in the blanket. This is Margot. We have not seen her up until this point because the investigation took a different turn. But here she is. She walks up to you four ladies and she's like, all right, hit me with it. What went down here?
Let's go inside first.
Okay. I don't have an inside. We're going back to the hotel.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
I was like curious. I'm like, you're asking Alan to get a set piece he hasn't gotten ready yet.
I thought he had an
Like,
inside
yeah,
of a
Alan,
hotel.
Come on. Come on, environment bitch. Just come up with something charming and lovely
I'm
at the
working,
drop of a hat.
I'm working on it so fast.
Hey, there you go.
And as everybody goes in, I close the door and lock it. So, and I look at the rest of the mystery club. Who wants to do the reveal? Or do we want to reveal all our pieces together? One at a
I
time.
think each of us has a piece to tell, don't we?
Yeah. So, who wants to kick it off?
Well, we did happen to find a note that did reveal, first off, whoever was writing to the King of Alto, and we also found out your nice little name in the tailor.
And there was a crudely drawn depiction of a certain pair of scissors to be found drawn in blood in the murder victim's, well, in the room that the murder victim was murdered.
See, I told you. He was selling a pair of scissors. Floyd says with a mouth full of pigs in a blanket.
There is a difference between being stabbed by a pair of scissors and being, like, accidentally falling on scissors.
Yeah, nobody gets stabbed by scissors in Cabot Cove if they fall on them.
Now that's a curious mantra. We've heard the same, didn't we, Bee?
We
From
did
our
indeed.
housekeeper,
We did, and
of which I
Clara-
believe we're now cured because we did the cozy.
correct, we did.
Oh yeah, you die. You are.
So that is correct. It's funny you say that. There is a sense that never happens, but if one looks at the numbers and indeed our own empirical senses, you're going to find that this sort of thing happens all the time in Cabot Cove. Why do you think we're such effective detectives? There's so many mysteries that we solve. That's why you guys are able to lean on us. Now,
We have lots of practice.
we have lots of practice, and an interesting thing that we discovered when we talked to Clara was that she was able to not only name the murderer but give us a concrete description. The person we're looking for is 12 feet tall. He has big feathered wings. He has unusual sartorial choices around pants, namely half plaid and half leather, and he wears a blazer, and he carries a giant pair of scissors. Convenient. Calls himself the Tailor. He looks like an adventurer from Conan the Destroyer. And another interesting thing that we discovered throughout the course of this is that he hasn't been acting alone.
Rosa, what happened to you? Why don't you describe to these gentlemen what happened in that second hotel room by that familiar person who might be here as well?
He definitely is. He's like ice on his ankle, and his like eyes are covered in like bright red and puffy. He is tied up currently. Or unless Cassandra carries handcuffs, at which point she could have just cuffed him.
Again
Yeah,
with the
that's like
kinky.
Cassandra.
It's that kind of book club.
They're pink fuzzy cups.
North. I only borrowed what they gave me.
Yeah, they're actually not for anything kinky. It's just Cassandra thought they were charming or cute.
I gave you all. Hey, did we get 6 clues or 5? Note. Oh, was it just 4?
I think it was just the 4.
Yeah, I think it was just the 4. So who wants to roll me 2d6 and then add the Oh, sorry, Cassandra. Yeah, tell them about what happened with the guy. My bad.
Well, the good old dock worker here decided to try and garrot Rosa after she was trying to look in the luggage. Luckily, she ducked, and well, as you can see, he may have tripped on his own ankle and stubbed his toe. And then on top of that, just to make sure he wouldn't get up, I pepper sprayed him. Don't worry, Floyd, I didn't do anything bad like last time.
Floyd's just looking at me, she's like, Dad, what happened? And he's like, I was just trying to floss. I was doing some night flossing, and I fell, and they thought I was attacking this poor old woman. Like, and I would, you know me, son.
Do you
Night
floss
flossing.
with a cable?
I have
Like piano
wide
wire.
teeth.
Piano wire, thank you.
I don't.
Also, why are you flossing at night outside of a hotel room?
Or inside of a hotel.
Through the window, no less.
Through the window.
He's just like, hands in the air. A loose narrative. I need somebody to give me 2d6 and then add 4 to it. This is the theorized stage of it.
Who wants to do the honors for that? I feel like we've all been rolling sour.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll for it, guys?
No. I think maybe Arthur, because this is his dream area.
It's his dream, yeah. Yeah, maybe. You
all
already
right.
got the bad rolls out of the way, right? That's how it works.
Yeah,
Andrew
that's
the
true.
detective.
True. Okay, this is my mind palace. I'll roll for this. So you said 2d6 plus 4, and am I using any of my other stats involved as well?
Nope, theorized just takes that +4 by itself.
All right, cool.
Does he not get advantage because it's his mind palace? He's taps back into it.
Okay. All right, 3d4. I mean 3d6 plus 4.
I'm really juicing the situation.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm gonna take it. That's not bad.
That's
So
it's
that's
12.
12. Yeah.
So on a 12, the person involved in the dark conspiracy. A person involved in the dark conspiracy of Brindlewood reveals themselves to the Mavens. So all around you, you all hear this place start to tear apart. Like the hotel disappears. All of the people look like somebody ripped them apart at the seams. And it sounds like that as well. And you feel a presence. Now, this presence was felt. Maverick, you feel it again. And again, this is definitely Maverick feeling this. Remember that feeling when you were seen by the tailor, you have his undivided attention in this moment.
Oh no. Oh no.
And it is, you all are you are undoing what the tailor did. Like, people can't talk about him normally. With a 12 right there, you have undone that little bit of barometric power that he has. Like, you can check your notes and see the fact that this person keeps coming up. You all can talk about them with each other. And you can also get Lockstitch involved in the investigation more thoroughly now. As, like, everything is, like, ripping apart all around you. And it feels like somebody is destroying your mind palace, Arthur. Like, you're gonna wake up with a headache.
What about the rest of us?
I think the rest of you is just gonna feel like you fell out of a rift, which doesn't always feel great, but on the plus side, you're gonna wake up in Arthur's office in evil.
Ah,
Oh.
familiar setting.
Hi.
All right.
I'm sure I've stashed another camera in there,
Absolutely.
like my backup equipment.
So yeah, we get back, and are we still at 1 hit point?
I definitely think you are. I think you are exhausted. Like, physically, you all just look like you look like there was just a meth lab explosion right in front of you.
Because
Yeah.
there was a meth lab explosion in front of us.
So yeah, I pull down a Murphy bed, and and then I go to the couch and I just kind of collapse on it, and there's like an easy chair as well, where someone else can collapse as well. So there's spots for everybody.
I'll crawl into the
Sleep.
easy chair because I'm little.
All right. And then like, just at that point, I'm beat. I grab like an ice pack out of the little mini fridge, and put it on my head just to nurse it.
Or a bag of peas.
Yeah, frozen
Yes.
bag of peas.
Cass and Maverick, do you find this alarming? Oh, Cass, you're used to it. Maverick, you've never rift traveled before.
Yeah, definitely. This is more of a like, oh my god, what the, Jesus Christ, and oh fuck, oh what was that blast? Does that happen every time, or like is that common? God, where the hell were we? How long were we in there?
I don't know. My first time.
No.
They say you never forget your first time. I guess then. Shit, man, I need a drink.
Did you save that potato vodka or whatever from the node?
Yeah, I don't. Fuck. I think he like fumbles around his pocket. He's just like, I swear to God, maybe it's like gotten her like purse or something. She had a flask. Where's mine? Did I leave it in her purse?
Nothing.
Is that possible? I don't know. I think this works.
Cass is gonna try and pat down for his flask, only to realize that both Maverick and Cass have lost their flasks in the desert.
They're both in the purses. Yeah, those ladies are gonna be set next time. They need to spike their
Yep.
coffee.
Those two can get so drunk. What I do want to like make clear about today's game is, for a long time we've all known who killed Joaquin, but now, like, as players, we tease it, but we all very much know. Now your characters know. Like, once you all get briefed. So right now, you guys don't? but the crew will talk about it. Like Maverick knows, Arthur knows, Fee knows, and Vidra knows, and Cass knows. But
And crucially, we can actually talk about it, write about it, and share about it.
exactly, you can now start talking about and sharing things about not just the tailor himself, but the alchemist. More of it can get shared. All of our Beeromancers, you all feel something change in the air. It's gonna feel weird, like there are suddenly more colors. The things that you didn't realize were letters are starting to become more apparent. But yeah, everybody, that's Brindlewood Bay. You guys, we did not use the tag system for this game, but I did write down everything you guys did last time, so I will bump that up. I don't see a reason we don't solve more mysteries this kind of way in the future.
We can always use that as the sort of transitioning to different systems as a mind palace exercise.
Mind palaces are wild. But yeah, thank you all for playing. So tomorrow we're doing a speakeasy. I'm just gonna say it out loud into the world right now. I have been coughing a lot, and I am concerned. But as long as I'm not dead and I'm feeling better tomorrow, we are going to do our speakeasy. There's a bunch of scenes, and if you guys have your cards for those, make sure you play them all, and make sure you in the speakeasy channel, tell me what card you have and tag me. I will get you guys set up for the for those scenes. But there's more than just those scenes planned out, and I want to get to as much as I can. So if you guys feel like I'm rushing you tomorrow, let me know if I'm being too fast. But I do want shorter scenes so we can get to a lot of stuff. But you all absolutely killed it tonight. Thank you so much for playing Brindlewood Bay and going to fucking Cabot Cove, Maine.
Sorry, not sorry.
All thanks to Arthur's genius idea that we all immediately jumped onto to just jump in the ropes.
That's generally a bad plan, but at least it worked out. All right, everybody.
It does when you call upon the spirit of Jessica Fletcher, everything works out.
Yeah.
Apparently, we only know about a couple religions. One of them is Jessica Fletcher.
Yeah, we got the bees. We got Beezus. We got Jessica Fletcher. We got
a
vampire religion.
Jessica Fletcher, and we have Wasmodius. But we think that is in the same divinity as Beezus, just the other end of it. All right, everybody. So we'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you guys all for playing, and goodbye forever.
Bye forever.
Bye.
Bye forever.
Goodbye forever.
Through tangled paths and mysteries, working side by side, we weavers chart when none to be, sailing day and night. Luminaries chase the truth through boundless wisdom keen. Through tests and trials, they'll guide the crew to sights yet to be seen. Raise the banner, let it fly. United we stand tall. Our spirit bold and our courage bright to answer echo's call. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know. Spirits wake, hearts will grow. Lockstitch's name, the world will know.